Alright here, TikTokers. All good things must come to an end. TikTok Tommy is back. He's back into the canopy, the drizzle and rain. Remember, like I told you yesterday in my last post, I'll see you tomorrow in the drizzle and rain. How did I know that? Well, I don't know. I must have the gift. Also, what did I say while I was talking in my wee clips about the peace deal? A proposed peace deal that was being mooted with Trump and Iran. And did I say that the covenant breakers, the country that you're not allowed to mention unless you want the fact checkers coming after you for dis and malinformation, did I say that they have never kept any peace deal for more than, I don't know, what did I say, 3 years or something? Just before the signing, before it's even been signed, Lebanon's been attacked. And what did I tell you? Who's the big boy and who's the wee boy? Who's the daddy in this situation? You see, Trump's ego isn't allowing him to understand the role that he has in this. They've got him by the short and curlies, and there's nothing that he's going to do about it. Now, if it was as some people imagine that America's the big boy, America would be redirecting their planes and their missiles towards another country, beginning with I. Men's with L. Anyway, listen what you're going to say. Now, listen, I would also like to say, straight off the bat, a big thanks to everybody who's mentioned my birthday and wished me a happy birthday on Facebook. One of the few platforms that I'm still allowed on. But listen, thanks very much. It's very touching. I've never really had anybody wishing me happy birthday before outside my family. So maybe this social media stuff's actually okay. You know, I might start putting cat videos up and showing you what I'm eating for breakfast. But anyway, no, listen, a sincere thanks. So literally, I got back late last night and I've been sleeping this morning like I'm drugged. I mean, I'm normally up at early doors. And I've spent the rest of the time staying out of the rain and catching up on some of what's been going on. I don't really know where to start. I want to try and keep things positive. It's my birthday. Hey, come on, blow out the candles, Tommy. Instead of all this stuff about the wars and the never-ending rain that you keep talking about, that's no natural, that comes under a canopy that shouldn't be there, right? And that's all I'm going to say, right? At what point are people going to work out that I might know what I'm talking about? You know, and particularly the Zionists. You see, and I'm talking to people in the church. I'm not even talking about people who are from Israel or, are from a country there in the Middle East, or I'm not even talking about them. I'm talking about the enablers. I'm talking about the nutbags who are actively supporting the murder and the destruction of Christians. And never mind even that, the destruction of non-Christians and women and children based on the colour of their skin or what thoughts go through their head, or whether they've had a wee on the end of their member or whatever. Whatever it is that you think justifies you for killing people. How can Christians be aligned with that? Why am I thinking about that on my birthday? Well, I've just had to listen to some of the details of the proposed deal, and I've obviously, no surprise, it's been scuppered before it started. Just exactly like I've said in several of my videos, that's what they do. They're covenant breakers. They serve their daddy. And it's no God. What are liars going to do? They're going to lie. What are assassins going to do? They're going to assassinate people. Anybody in any doubt about it? From a historical perspective, all you have to do is read the Book of Acts. It's all there. Glorious technicolor. Anyway, I'm not going into a Bible thumping session. I want to just try and keep it real. What am I saying? This is what I'm saying. Right. When you have seen the results of the test paper before the test, and then you get the test, knowing the answers isn't difficult, and it doesn't make you clever. I just happen to know the results of the test paper. I've seen it. So I know what the outcome's going to be, I know what they're going to do, and I know how it's going to play out. And like I've said about Trump and many of my other videos, he's now desperately looking for a way to keep his ego and his pride intact, and still seem like the man, and still seem like he's got a say in things. Too late, Donald. You see, as every other... Right, let me get a wee bit spiritual here, right? As every other person who has served the darkness and has taken on the mantle of being, let's just say the word that the Bible uses, the Antichrist, which means instead of Christ, and has sold their soul, which I believe absolutely, 100%, Trump has done. People get the idea because of the films and Hollywood and whatever that person, that entity, the Antichrist, is some sort of, dark, mysterious, powerful. No. They're useless idiots. They're dummies. And they will be left in a pile of misery. Normally, either taken out by the people round about them, assassinated. Remember what the assassins do? Assassinated, or they'll take their own life just because they can't bear the shame or the guilt. Donny Boy is probably going to find out soon. Hey, you backed the wrong horse. As the guy who was the head of the Church of Satan said in his deathbed, "Oh my, what have I done? Oh my, something's very wrong, No, something's very right. So Donny's finding that out. So, boys and girls, I'm going to try and wrap up my 10 minutes here. Doesn't it seem, but what's the positive message here? What's the light in this darkness here? The light is simply this, right? Look, the Bible told us exactly how this was going to play out. That the peace is a non-existent peace. Because darkness is not capable of accepting light. So get yourself acquainted with what the truth is. If you tune into TikTok, Tommy's 10 minutes, and sometimes his sermons, you might actually get to stumble across it. I've got a decent track record in pointing to what it is, and before the things happen, telling you what they're going to be. Not because I'm Isaiah or Jeremiah, although I've jokingly called myself that. Not because of that at all, but because I've seen the results. I know what the answers are before the questions come. And I suggest you do likewise. But here's the thing. Don't let it worry you. Don't get upset about it. Don't be anxious or fearful. See, the Bible says fear not, and it's the most repeated command in the Bible. 366 times. One for every day of the year, including in a leap year. Fear not. If you wake up one morning and you find that you've just turned 58 and it's pissing and rain outside and the world's trying to go to hell in a handcart, so what? I've gone out for dinner tonight. I've got a lovely family. And I've got people on Facebook wishing me happy birthday. What else could you want? Plus I know the answers to the questions. So, anyway, that's it. That's just my return back to, back to life, back to reality. Listen, boys and girls, have a good one. And remember to tune in. I'll think of something to say tomorrow. And don't forget, Sunday will be Sunday sermon time. I think it's going to be a cracker. It's a cracker. See you later. Bye.